Well, this is I finally got time to try to do a video of where we are on the house construction. And we'll start back here. This is, it's going to be an office, but that, believe it or not, is half of the futon that's supposed to go here. I thought the frame came and it was in this big box, but no, it was just the mattress part. So it'll be coming next week. But this room is pretty much done. The molding's all finished, the crown's all done. Crown's got to be still painted, but you know, nothing too drastic there. The reason that door's there is eventually there's going to be a 3-season porch that'll be on that side of the house. So put the door in now versus later. The electric's all done. Lights are all in. Let's see. Then we go down. Well, this is sort of utility, laundry, attic access, which I still have to do because I still have to blow in the insulation to upstairs, but that probably won't be till the end of this week or the beginning of next week. But it's messy, and you got to remember that we're still under construction here, so that's why it's doesn't look totally done. Now the bathroom is 99% done. Tiles are all in, closets in. I got all the tiling done. Showers in, windows are trimmed. I made this little bench down at the end here so that Sid could have something to sit on when she needed to shave her legs or, you know, whatever kind of thing. And I just finished that part. So that's a wood called zebra wood. And I'll see if I can, the grain is really cool. I don't know if I'm going to poly it or mineral oil it, but I want to bring out that grain because it's really a cool wood. And so this is all trimmed off, crown's all done, lighting's all done. I may put one more light over there. I haven't decided yet. But this room has tons of pipes under it. So this room is like really warm. Toasty. And when you turn on the shower and everything, it really makes for a warm room. I had a little issue with the bath vent because I assumed that it would make it was a 25-foot piece, and I assumed it would make it the 12 feet out, but because it was over length for the 12 feet, it had a kink in it, and it wasn't blowing right. So I had to redo that, go up there the other day, and redo all that. Most of the crown molding is all up, and I put on my corners these pieces of wood, because this way, if you knock this corner, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to chip. Nothing's going to really happen to it. So I just prefer those. And well, I'm going to show you. This is the room that still has to be done. And this is the windows unfinished. So you can see the wood doesn't come out to the end of the sheetrock. So what I have to do is I have to make these pieces that will come out so I can trim it off. But this room still has to be finished mudding, sanding, priming, painting, all that. But every window has to have a window extension because these walls are 8 3/4 thick. So you'll see, that's what this looks like here, and then we'll go in the other room. And so this is the living room, and we've got rugs to put down yet, and pictures, and I've got a little bit more crown molding up in there and over to there to put in. But basically this is set, and you can see when the windows are in, it's not the extension piece that goes on so that you can trim it off. So these are I like a little bit wider sill too. So I put in this 1x6 to come out as the sill, and the piece, just in case you're ever wondering, the piece that's underneath is called an apron. Makes sense, right? So like I said, a little more crown in here to do. This bank of windows, I decided to make this sort of like a case underneath. So we have this really wide sill in here, and then I just continued that down and made like a case in it. So you can put things in there, and right now there's polyurethane and chargers and other things, but I mean, you get the basic idea. The lights are all in. That was a little bit of a project because somebody, that would be me, who did the electrical work, forgot which of the commons was the common. So it took me a little bit to make sure I had the right wires in the right place because, see, it'll be switched from over there, over here. There's a bank of switch around the corner. And so they all have to be wired just right. Yep. In her new kitchen. So this is the counter that Sid picked. And basically, if you look closely, it's, you know, ground up shells. And those shells are right in the counter. I'll hold it still so you can see. And it's a pretty cool counter. Sid, I think somebody's here. These windows have, this is cherry, and I still have to sand these. These are a little bit larger, but this cherry came from years ago. I had it, cut it out of some trees out back, and decided to use it for that. Sid stove, and we bought a piece of mirror finished stainless steel for the back because her stove, when she's cooking, makes a lot of heat. So you've got to protect the back wall. We could have tiled it, but we decided, no, we're gonna, you know, go with that. It was a little bit more expensive, but remember what I told you about there's extra heat pipes in the floor? She doesn't sit in there when the shower's going, but when it's not. Okay, neighbor just had stopped by for a visit, brought some things. So this is the coffee roasting room, and this has its own story all about the coffee roasting, which will be another one. But basically, it's as set up as it's gonna be right now. I have a scale and this little gizmo right there. I got to find out from the state of Vermont whether that's going to be certifiable enough, or I got to have a man come and do that. But you know, these are the bags for the coffee. I've still got to get some more out of those. These are presents for people I've got to deliver. And I think I've shown you this before. This is the roasting operation. Beans go in, beans get cooled. That's the fan that blows the chaff out. Cool them, weigh them, put them in the bag, and this gizmo seals the bag. Simple little device. The two sinks, all the bags of coffee scattered around here. A couple other things that don't belong here, but I've got a few other things before Christmas to take care of. That electric box has still got to be dealt with, but this is basically it. The desk will get moved a little bit. The doors still have to be polyed, and I got all the knobs on, handles on all the doors because, there it is. I think I showed you this before. This is a jig for doing those, and once you set it up, it's super simple to put on the hardware for drawers, and you can put them all the same on every one. You'll see I did all of the ones in here as well. And like I said, this jig, 25 bucks, well worth the price of it. This bank of windows is the back part of Sid's kitchen. Oh look, dishwasher. First time
ever.
Right, Sid's never had a dishwasher before. And here's the industrial stove with the industrial fan, and I had to get that all out because it really makes a lot of heat, because this thing puts out a lot of BTUs when she's using it. So that's all good. Mudroom is pretty much all done, but it's a mess.
Well, it needs some closet doors.
It needs some closet doors here, which I don't know what we're gonna do about. And I'm gonna make some kind of a bench here. Right now it's just sort of storage. Desk is here, but it's a mess, like everything around here still, because it's still a construction zone. So it's coming, but you know, I've got this to deal with here because somebody decided they needed another cabinet. So the wall used to end at this cabinet, so I had to extend the wall and then put another cabinet, and then, oh, here's a fun one. This opening here, we want it to stay open. So we weren't sure because Sid's going to start well, she's actually already has the LLC started, and I have Roasted is already started. So she contacted the state in Burlington, and the lady said, we told her, you know, we were right up front and said, look, we have a cat, but you know, the cat basically stays in the bedroom. We can lock the door when Sid's preparing food. And she was like, nope, nope, you gotta have that closed off. So I went and I ordered 3 2-foot French doors. They had to be custom made. And then I talked to the public health inspector, and he said, no, you don't need that. You have a way to lock up the cat. So we were like, great. So now I have 3 custom-made 2-foot by 6'8" French doors coming. Like, I don't know. So yeah, that story will continue that. But this is basically where we are now. We started September 26th. There was no concrete, nothing back then. So in almost 3 months, the interior is just about done. I mean, I've got a few more days and inside will be done. Sid's got a lot of work to do because she's still got a lot of polyurethaning to do on all the window trims, the door trims, anything that's natural wood. So she's got plenty to do on that. But this little overhang, supposedly I've got some stools coming tomorrow. So we'll have extra seating, or if we just want to sit there for dinner at night, that'll take care of that. So this is where we are. Outside, I will probably start later this week or next week. Shingling outside will probably take me a couple weeks, and that'll be on and off because it will very much depend on the weather. If it's blowing a gale and freezing, I'm not going out to shingle. I'll work on something in here. If it's nice weather, then I'll go out and shingle. And you know, even if it's because I have these wonderful boots I bought that are good to 94 below zero. And a insulated suit and all that kind of stuff. So I can go out and shingle. I've done it before. It'll be perfectly fine. And tonight, the grandkids are coming up, and we're finishing watching a movie, a Tim Allen movie called The Santa Claus. So you're updated now. Hopefully I'll be able to do more of these, but it's been, you know, a good few months, but of nonstop 12, 15 hours a day getting things done, but it's coming together.